this is Tim with Death by Music, and I'm talking to...
Becky Brideau from Dystopica.
Awesome, definitely. So the first question is, how did you get the name of the band?
So I wanted something along the lines of dystopia or dystopian society, and I wanted something like, obviously those are taken, but I wanted it to be something that just like has its ring to it, and I felt like I was playing around with different names, but Dystopica just has its own ring to it, and I made a board, which kind of is a good thing as well. If you look it up, you find us easily. And I like it. Grew on me.
Awesome, definitely. As far as the songs and how you guys create those, is it something as a joint collective or you do it individually? Is there some person that's like the songwriter or the music maker? How does that work?
So I am actually the songwriter and of the band, and I write everything. I usually, how I think of songs is I'll just like come up with a guitar riff or vocal melody, and I usually think of this randomly. Like I don't actually I don't sit down and decide on the song right now. I come up with this stuff randomly, and then because of that, I'll play it on piano, which is funny because I'm not a great guitarist, and I write the guitar riffs and everything, but I struggle to play them, so I'll play out the notes on piano. I'll record it, and then I'll write it in a score later. And then after I write the whole song in a score, I'll send it to the rest of the band, and then we go record it.
Okay. How many albums do you have out? I think this is what, is it your first? I think you have an EP single, and then this is the only album you got, correct or no?
Yes, it is. This is our very first full-length album. The first two are EPs, Perception and Deception. We kind of went with the rhyming scheme of it to have the full album, Infinite Reflection, like a trilogy, sort of. So it's very exciting.
Definitely. Have you guys opened up for anybody, or?
Yes, we have. We've opened up for Metal Church, Gemini Syndrome, Adelia Sway, and we've loved playing those shows. It was really awesome. I love Metal Church and the other bands as well. And with Metal Church, it was just great to open for them, just being a fan for so long. And with Gemini Syndrome, I grew up, like, I was listening to them in high school all the time, and I never had the chance to see them.
Right.
So it was really awesome to open for them and then see them live for the first time. And it was such a great experience.
Absolutely, definitely. As far as, like, who were your influences growing up?
So my main influences are Iron Maiden and Judas Priest. I was listening to metal at a very young age. I used to go over to my grandparents' house and listen to both Iron Maiden and Judas Priest. And Iron Maiden is my favorite band. I love them so much. So those are my main influences. And we also we combined a different subgenre, so we do have a lot of influence from that, like 80s metal, the dueling guitar riffs, the solos, but I also love like progressive metal as well, and I love Mastodon, so they're another big influence for us.
With being such a young band and being a local band, technically, I hate that word, but being that kind of band, how hard is it for you guys, or what are the steps that you know that you're going to have to take, or the challenges to kind of make it in the music world today as far as being a metal band? To me, it just seems like it's a very difficult task at times because there's a lot of hills and things that you have to climb. There's also cliques that you're part of and whatever. But speaking on your behalf of being in a band that's being, a local band, how difficult is it? What's the highs and what's the lows?
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult because, the good thing is that with social media, we can promote our music all around the world. So even though we're a local band,
Right.
people can listen to us from around the world. So that's the good thing. What makes it difficult is doing shows and playing out because, right, like just for us right now, it's just, and for a lot of local bands like us, it's very hard to go on tour and play out a lot. So just trying to do as much as we can and get out there and travel because we want to.
Oh, I absolutely agree. I think it's just a lot of finances,
Yes.
and then getting a hold of the right people, getting a hold of people that actually believe in the music as much as you believe in making it, and then growing. And I think experiencing the losses and the success of what lies ahead. But at the end of the day, it is a struggle. I think it is a struggle for you guys because you see bands coming out and seeing bands come to your local area, and you're like, hey, I want to open up for them.
Yeah.
There's no reason why I can't open up for them. Why can't I open up for them? And then you realize that some ding dong band or somebody knows somebody, and they get the opportunity, and you're just like, well, this is this is terrible. Why did this not happen to us? I think that, listening to your music, and I think that, I think you guys will be very successful. I think you guys have a lot of talent, and I think that your influences definitely shows in the music that you play. Whenever you guys create the music, does it go back into the artwork with the album? Who created that, and what was the kind of like the history on that?
So with that, I came up with the idea. I always wanted to have an album with like the so like when you take like two mirrors and they face each other and it gets this like infinite reflection look.
Yeah.
I just always wanted that in an album. It's just like something I wanted. So we work with Diego on our artwork, who he is really amazing, and works with like Corpse Grinder on his solo stuff, artwork, and many other bands, and he just does a really great job. And he also did our first two EPs as well. So for this, I just gave him my idea. I wanted the mirrors like that, the infinite reflection. I wanted the chessboard to sort of represent like the game of life, or
right.
It goes with the theme of the album, and the infinite reflection with like time and past and present. So the artwork was, I always wanted it, but like the songs and I kind of like put together the songs that I felt fit right together for this album, and the artwork was sort of inspired by the songs, the chessboard, but I did always want like a mirror, so it's like a combination, I guess, of the two.
Oh, I completely agree. I think it looks good. I always ask like who does the artwork and whatever, who does all that stuff. But as far as what is the very first concert that you went on your own?
Went to see.
Yeah.
On my own.
Paid on your own. Paid by yourself. Like, what's the first concert you ever did?
That I went to on my own.
Yes. Yep.
I think it was maybe in high school, Gojira. I went to on my own.
And what was the very first album that you've ever bought on your own?
That's let's see, because I've always been listening to music when I was young, so, and I wasn't technically buying it on my own when I was young, but now as I got older, like streaming became a thing. So I guess probably something by Iron Maiden. Actually, it could have been. I may have even bought my favorite album, Peace of Mind. I think that may have been the first album I bought in FYE.
I think here's the thing. I think if you buy albums nowadays, you're buying them for a collection. You're not buying them.
Oh, I do buy them. Yep.
And I think that
I have all my vinyls too.
So do you listen to your vinyl or no?
Yeah, I listen to my vinyl.
A lot of people don't. A lot of people do not listen to vinyl. Do you? Here's the question. Whenever you listen to your vinyl, do you feel that when you open it up, do you kind of like, are you super careful with it? Like putting it back, do you play it one time, or you're like, okay, well, I'm going to play it one time just to see how it sounds, or do you just keep on replaying it? What's the?
Well, I don't like play a lot. It's just easier to just play my phone, but I do, like, if I want to sit down and really like listen to the album, I'll put it on, and I'm careful with that. I don't want to like scratch it or anything, or
Right.
I keep them in like, and I have a little shelf for them, and I try to keep them where they don't get warped, because I hate that. Nothing worse than putting it on and finding out it was warped.
What's your favorite album to play?
Well, I'll have to go with my favorite album of all time, Peace of Mind by Iron Maiden. I love that album so much.
What's your favorite song on that album?
I could play it forever. I'm going to go with Flight of Icarus, because I was listening to that when I was very young. I was like 2 or 3 listening to that song, and it's just, I've been listening to it my whole life. It's a very special song to me, and that's why we covered it last year, because for the 40th anniversary of Peace of Mind, I decided it'd be a good idea to cover Flight of Icarus from it. And yeah.
I have always been fond of Revelation. I always thought it was...
That's a good one too.
I thought it should have been on Power Slave, and because it has that vibe of like that Pharaoh and Egyptian kind of like lore.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Trooper was really good and stuff like that, but I do like their instrumentals more than anything else. And growing up with that stuff was a huge deal. And doing that. But as far as you said something about piano, do you play any other instruments?
I can play other instruments, but like not great at it. My main instrument is obviously my voice as a singer, but I do play piano and keyboard as well, and I can do that decently. So,
are you guys endorsed by anybody, like as far as guitars or anything?
No, not at the moment.
You've got a lot of future ahead of you. You got a lot of stuff that you can like kind of bank on. I think the band, again, like I really do like the music. I really do like where you're headed.
So much.
And I think there's a lot of, I think there's a big, bright future for you guys. And I think that it's something that, that's going to happen, definitely. But, one quick last question or whatever, what is your favorite go-to food?
Favorite go-to food? I have to go with, a turkey and cheese sandwich.
Turkey and cheese sandwich.
And the reason I say that is because as a singer, like that is like my go-to food before I sing. Because I can't eat I can't eat have a lot and then sing.
Yeah.
So I also have like acid reflux. So that is my go-to food for real. So.
I always ask bands. I always think it's me and the crew. They talk, and I said I want to ask something at the very end. And I love food. I absolutely love food, and I always send pictures. Who doesn't? And I always send pictures of pizzas and spaghetti and to everybody I know. And some people comment. Some people are like, "Oh my God, where are you getting this? Where are you finding all this food at?" But it just is what it is. But thank you for doing the interview with me. Thank you for
thank you so much for having me.
Definitely. And then, like I said before, we're going to do another one once you guys get a little bit more seasoned to get more stuff underneath your belt. Maybe in a couple of years, and we'll knock it out again and then go from there. But this is something that's going to help you out. I really do think, again, I wish you guys nothing but the best of luck and success. I do think you're going to be successful. I'm just going to give it some time, and we'll go from there. But thank you for the interview, and I will talk to you later.
Yep. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Awesome.
All right.